Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's second video. So day 10 will take us to around the 3rd of June. We'll be able to extend out beyond that. We've extended GFS and ECM ensembles, maybe around a couple of weeks. I'm going to have a look at CFS-V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. That'll take, of course, well into towards the end of June. So I should get on that view in a second. Just say apologies for not doing the live stream last night. I had to cancel it. At the last minute, I had a bit of a migraine episode yesterday afternoon. Just something I'm prone to occasionally. So, unfortunately, that coincided with the live stream. So, I had to cancel the live stream. And so, very sorry about that. Thank you so much, everybody, for all of the lovely messages, of concern and inquiries about how I am. And so on. It's absolutely lovely, absolutely amazing. Everybody's so kind to me all of the time, and I'm doing okay. I'm feeling a lot better today. I had a good night's sleep last night, sort of slept it off a bit. I've still got a bit of a headache, but it's not too bad. And things will be back to normal. We're going to have another live stream next Sunday, or this coming Sunday, I suppose, now. That one will definitely go ahead, So thank you so much, everybody, for understanding and for all of the support and everything as well. Absolutely incredibly kind to me all of the time. So thank you to everybody for that. Now, I've reached a new milestone, so let's go to our About page. So no, that's not quite right, is it? So I want to go here then. I thought I got that set up. Here we go then. So this is our About page, and we've reached a new milestone. We've passed 7 million video views. I did this yesterday sometime. I don't know exactly when it happened yesterday because I only saw it this morning. But 7 million... 2,746 video views since February the 13th, 2014, when the channel was first created. Of course, for the first couple of years, we have the original channel. So, yeah, that is unbelievable. That's an unbelievable number, isn't it? It's like a small country or something, really. I never believed when I started GavsWeatherVids that I would have a channel with over 7 million video views. It's crazy and it's unbelievable. But thank you everybody for watching the videos, for sharing videos, for liking, for subscribing, all of it, all of the support, and of course the channel members and the patrons and the donors and the super chatters on the live streams. I'm just permanently in a state of open-mouthed astonishment at the support that you give to me. So thank you to all of you, however you support GavsWeatherVids, for the support that you give to me and to what we're doing here on the channel. And I suppose 8 million video views will now be the next target, and we'll wait and see how long it takes us to get to 8 million video views. But 7 million video views, it's an enormous number. And thank you everybody for getting us to 7 million video views. Absolutely unbelievable. Right, so all of that done, I better start off with the video then. So I'll just turn the webcam off and we shall have a look at latest weather picture and weather outlook. Look at this, plenty of rain around again today. So we've got heavy rain stuck across Scotland, persistent outbreaks of heavy rain up there. I'm going lots of showers breaking out across England and Wales, and these showers will be turning potentially very thundery this afternoon. If you add on the lightning detectors, a few flashes of lightning now between London and Cambridge. I expect sort of lightning, thunder to get more widespread this afternoon, so there will be thunderstorms around. Hailstorms will be around as well today, and yes, another wet day in this very wet day. It's a little bit dry through Northern Ireland and Northern England, so there is a dry slot up there. Some of those areas will keep a little bit drier today up there, but I think the showers will be pushing northwards through the course of the afternoon. Not only have we got rain and showers, we've also got really cool temperatures. Well, these are the latest temperature observations from XC Weather. So we've got 15 degrees flashing rain in the Far East. We have managed to reach 15 degrees in Norwich, for example. We've reached 15 degrees at Humberside. We have also managed to reach 15 degrees at Hull Beach, and we've managed to reach 15 degrees at Weybourne there on the Norfolk coast. That's still a little bit below par though, and other areas are quite a lot cooler than that. Cranfield just 11 degrees, Farnborough at 11 degrees, Pershore at 10 degrees, Leeds at 12 degrees. We won't go to that place, we'll go to that place. Lake Vyrnwy at 7 degrees, and down to southwest England at 8 degrees at North. It's very, very chilly there for midday in late May. Spadadam is at 11, just 5 degrees at Aviemore, almost kind of a snow probably over Scottish Mountains. Out in Hara at 8 degrees and Belfast at 10. So it's another very cool day out there. The highest temperature has been in the east where we have had some warmer, sunnier weather this morning, but those showers will be closing in there, I think. And even 15 degrees is probably like a couple of degrees below average for this point of May. So it's another chilly one. Again, and the CT is still strong. Now, I thought this might drop a little bit more than this, though, over the weekend. So we're still standing at 9.6 degrees, which is an anomaly of 1.2 degrees below average. That is provisional up to yesterday, 23rd of May. So we'll wait and see where that finishes up. I thought that might be into low nines by now, but it's holding at around 9.6 degrees, which is still around a degree below average, though, of course. GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles next couple of weeks look like this. We're at Oxford again today. So red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Oxford. Of course, we're below average of the upper air temperature at the moment. They're going to stay below average for the next 2 or 3 days. We'll gradually lift up as we come to the end of the week and into the bank holiday weekend. I'm going to do our latest bank holiday update tonight, by the way. So gradually we see the upper air temperatures lifting up by the time we get through to the weekend, back to, or maybe a little bit above average. And after that, we still have a lot of scatter as we run through the first week of June. So we have these warmer ensemble members up here, but then we have cooler ensemble members down there. So there is quite a bit of scatter in evidence, but clearly there's a warming trend going on, and we should see the temperature at least getting back to average over bank holiday weekend and into next week. And it may get quite warm, actually. There are 1 or 2 GFS ensemble members, including the operation run, that do have a warm sort of flavour to them through next week. So we'll wait to see about that. No sign of anything sustained in terms of dry weather, though. Now, these ensemble graphs, I think, do overdo the precipitation spikes a little bit, so we always make it look a little bit wetter than it will actually be in reality. But nevertheless, there's still quite a lot of precipitation spikes from beginning to end, so you certainly wouldn't look at that and assume we're going to be in for anything notably dry for any prolonged period. Anyway, I mean, we might get 2 or 3 days of drier weather within there, but you wouldn't look at that and particularly assume that we're going into anything all that dry, to be honest. So we'll wait and see what happens there. I think we will get some higher pressure over bank holiday weekend, but how long it lasts remains to be seen. The temperature anomaly from the 24th of May to 1st of June is going to be a bit below average still, so it remains on average. I would expect this to start trending a bit warmer, though, over the next few days. Precipitation anomalies from the 24th of May to 1st of June are looking near normal in many places, but a little bit wetter than average still for the far north and east. A little bit drier than average through Wales, southwest England, Northern Ireland, though. Latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net shows that we are under a trough of low pressure today. So we've got this area of low pressure sitting over the top of the country. So that is the reason we've got yet another unsettled day with further heavy showers, longer spells of rain, and also thunderstorms potentially mixed in. Right, so at that point, we go through the generic charts, and I shall turn on the webcam. Hello, I've returned. So we're going to have a look at the UK Met first of all, as we usually do. So this is how the UK Met is shaping up for Thursday. So we're between areas of low pressure on Thursday. We've got one low there moving over towards Denmark, got another low in the Atlantic. We're raising the heights to our north, trying to build some higher pressure, and as we go through the bank holiday weekend, the trend is increasingly towards this area of high pressure building across northern West Europe. Now, within this, I think there's a bit of a trough, so there is a bit of complication over the bank holiday weekend. It's there always. So it may not be wall-to-wall sunshine with that, and there could be showers still, despite the fact we are under 1,025 millibar area of high pressure, because there's like a shallow trough type thing within the ridge. There might be cloud and showers over bank holiday weekend. However, the trend is increasingly to high pressure. So as far as we get to with the UK Met is to Sunday the 30th of May, and at that point we have got the high pressure strengthening up to 1,030 to 1,035 millibars. That should be delivering quite a bit of dry weather, even though there's still probably even then the leftover legacy of that little trough within the ridge. I think by this point it should have squeezed out any precipitation within that trough. So I would think that as we go through the weekend, the trend is increasingly drier and warmer and sunnier. Hopefully, fingers crossed. That's how the UK Met would be shaping up, I think, there. Here's how the GFS midnight run looks. Again, starting on Thursday, we've got low pressure to our east and out in the Atlantic. We're trying to build a ridge from the north through the country. So we get this ridge going. It is very flabby, and again, I think we are plagued by a trough within the ridge that's building. So at least initially through the bank holiday weekend, probably quite a lot of cloud and maybe showers, especially for more eastern southern areas. However, the trend is towards this higher pressure ridging in, so that should bring an increasing amount of dry and I would have thought reasonably warm weather through bank holiday weekend. We're not talking about a heat wave here, but we're probably talking about temperatures getting into the upper teens to low 20s, dependent, of course, on sunshine amounts. Now, we're into next week, into the middle of next week, start of June. Still a ridge extending from the Atlantic into northern Europe as well, so definitely having a go at settling things down. As we progress further on, though, through the first week of June, we have got this area of low pressure trying to move up from the south. That might bring a bit of thunder with it. So by the time we get through just beyond day 10, this is Friday the 4th of June, by the time we get to just beyond day 10, it looks like we start to turn more unsettled, potentially even a little bit thundery there. And the trend in the extended range with the GFS midnight run is much more towards lower pressure, turning things unsettled, cooler and wetter again as we move into the end of the first week and on into the second week of June. So any improvement in the weather, any drier, warm weather is quite short-lived. And it will be a case of make the most of it, because by the end of the GFS run, we're back to business with low pressure. Let's have a look at the 6Z and see how that's doing. If you're enjoying this video, please can you smash your like button, make sure you're subbed to the channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that, and drop a comment after the video. Let us know what you think. So this is again how a GFS 6Z looking for Thursday. So a ridge starting to build through the country on Thursday. Should start to bring some drier weather into the bank holiday weekend. This ridge strengthens. So we're moving into bank holiday Monday, last day of May. I've got a nice ridge here, saying through the UK up to northern parts of Europe as well. So a reasonable amount of dry weather. Again, there's probably a little bit of a trough within that ridge, so it might be rather cloudy and showery, at least initially through bank holiday weekend, and then gradually reverting to something a bit drier, sunnier and warmer as the weekend progresses. Now, unlike what the 6Z, what the midnight run was showing, the 6Z keeps this high pressure going all the way up to day 10. So next week is shaping up to be increasingly warm and sunny on the GFS 6Z. In fact, that might get the temperature quite hot down in the south. I wouldn't be surprised if temperatures would be up to mid-20s Celsius with the GFS 6Z if that came off. Remember, the midnight run was breaking down the ridge a lot quicker than that. The upper air temperature is just about bringing plus 10 isotherm into the south and the southwest. This high pressure continues as well as we go beyond day 10. So this is Friday the 4th of June. Again, this nice ridge over country, lots of dry and warm weather. In the more extended range, again, similar to midnight run, we do start to bring this low pressure in from the southwest. That might bring a bit of thunder with it, might be a bit of a thundery breakdown, and then into something quite a lot cooler. And at the very end of the GFS 6Z, then we are off and running again into very unsettled weather with low pressure. So again, it's a little bit drier and warm through the first week of June, bit more so than the midnight run was showing, but quite short-lived interlude of dry, warmer weather, and then low pressure's back in business. So how the GEM looks. So Thursday, again, got low pressure over Denmark and in the Atlantic, a ridge extending through the country into the weekend. Again, a lot of dry weather through bank holiday weekend with high pressure building, although a trough is in the North Sea, close to the east. So east there is probably cooler, cloudier and showery. And then the GM starts bringing low pressure in off the Atlantic. So no particular build of high pressure with the GM. So this is showing what can go wrong with this over the bank holiday weekend. And low pressure starts to move in from the Atlantic. That becomes quite deep by running up towards day 10. This is Wednesday, 2nd of June next week. So about big high pressure splitting through the country. GM has a deep area of low pressure there. So the GM definitely, telling us that we should not get overly confident about drier, warmer weather for the bank holiday weekend and into next week yet. There is still a possibility that this could all go wrong. We could just finish up with more low pressure in off the Atlantic Ocean. So the GM is a bit of a spoiler run today. And then we've got the ECMWF, and again on Thursday, that one shows low pressure to our east and to our west, building this ridge through the country. It's how strongly that ridge builds at the end of the week and into the start of the weekend that will determine whether we get an area of high pressure going or whether we just run low pressure in through like the weakness of the ridge. So we get through to Saturday, and the ECM has quite a nice ridge actually through the country, so this should keep us mainly dry through the bank holiday weekend. I mean, ECM has been very consistent about this several days actually, while the GFS in particular has been wobbling all over the place. The ECM has always been very consistent with this area of high pressure for the bank holiday weekend. It is beginning to weaken slightly by bank holiday Monday. So by bank holiday Monday, probably starting to bring some cloud and rain into northwest, but England and Wales should hang on to mainly dry and quite warm weather. However, just beyond that, bring it to day 10, then the high pressure weakens quite a lot actually, and we begin to bring lower pressure in from off the Atlantic. So we finish up with the ECM back into relatively unsettled and cooler conditions, especially so for more northern areas. So again, it's the idea that any sort of higher pressure is quite short-lived. Make most of it if that's what you want, something a bit drier and warmer over bank holiday weekend, but very quickly next week we're back into lower pressure. This is a precipitation type forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com. So of course we've got loads of showers across England and Wales today. Some of them will be heavy and thundery. Meanwhile, Scotland will have more persistent outbreaks of rain. Overnight, the showers will ease off a little bit, but some of them will keep rumbling on, especially across parts of Scotland and northern England. And then tomorrow we do it all over again. This time the showers will be for more northern, northeastern and eastern areas of drier stock through Wales and Midlands and the southeast, and a more general area of heavy rain in the southwest. And then progressing through next week again, Berber showery rain, particularly in west areas, mainly dry in the east. So the trend through the weekend should be to raise pressures. But you get the idea. I mean, we are now into the bank holiday weekend. And you see, I have still got some rain there for Wales, for example, at the ISC, a few showers for eastern Scotland. So it's just the idea that despite that high pressure building, within the ridge, we're going to have this trough that is going to be like a complication. And so it's going to take a while, even into bank holiday weekend, to settle things down. But eventually, I think we go through bank holiday weekend and we should start to see more and more sunshine and a couple of days of drier, warmer weather. But by the time we're moving up towards day 10, you see that there is precipitation then coming in off the Atlantic. So showery rain returns to the north by day 10. And that probably sets us up for a more unsettled period. Right, let's turn webcam off and we'll have a look at the options on the table within the ECM ensemble. So these are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, which will get us to the 3rd of June. So we have 13 members of the ECM ensembles, including the control and the operation run with low pressure to our northwest, high pressure pulling away to the southwest. And so that's starting to re-establish unsettled weather. 10, look at this, with deep low pressure over top of the country. So that's going to be very, very unsettled if that comes off. 9, with high pressure up towards Scandinavia, bringing in a bit of an east wind. Low pressure to our south could bring some thundery showers into the south. 8, with low pressure to the north, and they're bringing in westerlies. 6, with low pressure again to the north, just a little bit more in way of higher pressure to our south, but that again is going to be quite unsettled. And then 5, with high pressure sitting over just to the east and bringing in like a warm southerly southeasterly flow. Looks like most of the options there are favouring unsettled weather by day 10, I have to say. And then in 2 weeks' time, missing the option that we've got, it's rather a bizarre one as well, where we're neither under high pressure or low pressure. So quite what that's doing, it's a little bit hard to decipher. So I think we have to leave that alone. That's the 8th of June quite where that's going, I'm not sure. Right, just have a look at CFS-V2, and then we're done. So it means the 500 millibar heights breaking down into week periods. The first week period is going to take us from the 24th of May to the 30th of May. High pressure will be to the north this week. Low pressure will be to the southeast. This high pressure increasingly getting an ascendancy, turning us drier as we move into the weekend. Not for long, though. This is week 2. This is the 31st of May to the 6th of June. Low pressure then is back just to our west. Income west-southwesterlies. High pressure is pushing back northwards again. Northern blocking never goes away. It's always there, isn't it? And high pressure is back in the northern latitudes again, with low pressure coming in off the Atlantic. It might be warm, that, because we could be bringing up wind from the southwest for a while anyway. But the low pressure looks quite deep just to our west, suggesting unsettled weather. And then this is week 3, which is the 7th to the 13th of June, with low pressure again in off the Atlantic, with projection as well. Look at this, high pressure is back in directly over Greenland, so high latitude blocking combined with low pressure underneath it. That's a classic unsettled and cool pattern. And then week 4 is not much better, really. It's the 14th to the 20th of June, with low pressure again over and to the west of the country. High pressure this time into northern Scandinavia. There's high pressure down to our southwest, but not really doing all that much for us, so we remain quite cool and unsettled there into week 4. CFS has backed off the idea of a high-pressure fest for June today. Temperature anomalies from CFS-V2 for week 1, 24th of May to 30th of June, colder than average week, coming up around 2 degrees below average with that temperature anomaly. Week 2, temperature anomalies from the 30th of May to the 6th of June are also bit below average. Week 3 is going to be the 7th to the 13th of June. That one is average to slightly below. And then week 4, rounding it all off, it's the 14th to 20th of June, and that one is also average to slightly below average. Temperature anomalies for week 1, 24th of May to 30th, average to drier than average. Then week 2, 31st of May to the 6th of June is near normal, but going a little bit wetter just to our west. Week 3 is the 7th to the 13th of June, and it looks a little bit wetter than average. And then week 4 is the 14th to the 20th of June. And by this point, we're losing the signal, as we always do by week 4, but generally average to slightly wetter than normal. So CFS backing off the idea of like high pressure fest for June today. It might just be the CFS throwing one out there. It could just be a one-off unsettled run. Have to wait and see. But at the moment, there's no sign in the shorter range of anything staying with high pressure, either like with GFS ensembles and ECM ensembles. There's no sign of anything beyond a few days of drier and warmer weather before we're back into unsettled conditions again. So it could be CFS is just coming into line with the shorter range. We'll wait and see. Right, if you enjoyed the video, then please can you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You'll see future weather content. If you give us a sub, absolute torrential rain here at GavsWeatherVids Towers now. Sorry about that, everybody. Give us a sub and tell friends, family, everybody else to subscribe. You'll be able to see future weather content if you do that for us. And drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. Thank you so much, everyone. Right, we're done then for the 10 to 14 day this week. We're going to be back tonight with our latest bank holiday update. So we'll try and put a bit more detail into bank holiday. Of course, we covered it in this video, but we'll try and put a bit more detail into the bank holiday update. And then tomorrow, I'm going to try and get the ENSO update done for you tomorrow. First video up, and then we've got the ECMWF 30-day forecast for UK and for the rest of Europe too, and a 10 to 14 day tomorrow as well. So keep checking back to the channel for all of the updates. But for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.